Hey y'all, I know it's been a while. I'm on the road to recovery with my arm. I've gained some weight in the process, so um, so getting back to hiking and stuff is going to be really hard. I have been hiking off and on, but not very far. I'll talk to you more about the recovery process later. But I had my right rotator cuff torn. It was a work accident, and I had surgery. So I just thought, I know I'm at home right now, but thought I'd give you some insight on how I plan out doing these activities that I do, the different trails that I take. So I know that I'm out of shape right now, but I'm going to resume some waterfall finding videos. So I'm going to be going to Oconee County, and I just wanted to show you how I plan out hitting the most waterfalls I can. So here we go. Oh, I was thinking about resuming my Foothills Trails videos, but that'll have to wait because the section I was on was Sassafras Mountain last, and I went from Sassafras Mountain to Table Rock State Park. And when I went to look at the guidebook, the next section would be Sassafras to Chimney Top Gap. Now, here, let me just show you, okay? I was gonna do that, but I was like, Sassafras Mountain to Chimney Top Gap is an easy trail. But turning around, going from Chimney Top Gap to the top of Sassafras Mountain is about I think it was like 1,000 or 1,500 mile climb, or anyway. I don't know if I'm saying that right. The elevation is like, it changes a lot. So I was kind of analyzing that, and I'm like, I'm really out of shape right now, and so I'm going to hold off on that right now, but I'm going to show you in my book how I looked that up and stuff. So hold on. Alright, so this is my waterfall guidebook. I'll try and put a cover on the screen, but yeah, it's missing a cover. And this is my Foothills Trail guidebook. It's nicely decorated with some stickers. Woo! So, when I was looking at the Foothills Trail guidebook, this is a really good book. It got wet, so it's kind of falling apart, but it's not too bad. I thought it would be worse. It dried out, and it seems to be fine. So, let's see. Sorry, here's the index map. And if I open it up, alright, this shows me the Foothills Trail. Okay, and if you look right here, Table Rock. Okay, so I've done this a little bit over here at Ravencliff. I hiked out to Ravencliff, but right here is where I started originally, Table Rock, and I went up to Pinnacle Mountain, which is right about here. Right, this is just the map itself, and then from Pinnacle Mountain, and then I went to Sassafras Mountain and went back down towards Pinnacle Mountain. So I've done those two sections. Okay, and if we look, there's an elevation profile right here, and it shows Table Rock State Park to Pinnacle Mountain. Now, I was in decent shape then, not the greatest shape, but I was in decent shape. And if you look here, it starts about 1,000 elevation wise, and it ends at 3,000 right here. See, it says 3,000. So I went from here to here. I struggled a whole bunch. So that's like 2,000 elevation. It was like 4 miles, I believe, up to there, from here to there. And then if you look, when I went hiking from Sassafras down to Pinnacle, the elevation change is not as much. So it's between 2,500 and 3,500. So that's 1,000 elevation change. Because I went from Sassafras and I went almost all the way to the top of Pinnacle Mountain. I was up there. I didn't get right to the the end, but I was right there. So, and then I went back, but it was a 2-day, that was a 2-day thing that I did. I went hiking. The first day I went from Sassafras. I'll try to put the links to the videos down below, but I went from Sassafras to from Sassafras down towards the lighthouse campsite. I did explore the lighthouse campsite the following day, so I ended up camping on the trail. Then I hiked from the trail to lighthouse, past the lighthouse, went up to the top of Pinnacle. But that elevation change wasn't too bad. Oh, it was a 3-day thing because I walked down into the campsite with my hiking bag, camped out on the trail, and there's videos for everything. So then I camped out on the trail, and then I went from there the next day. I went up to Pinnacle Mountain, and then I hiked all the way back down, and then the following day I hiked from my campsite. I believe it was 3 days. Yeah, no, I hiked from my campsite back to the parking lot at Sassafras Mountain. So it was really, I'm pretty sure it was a 3-day trip. I'll try to put the link to the videos down below. So I'm not sure. If I did it in 2 days, that's pretty crazy. But I have been known to do things like that. So anyway, so then I was looking at, okay, well, the next section would be Sassafras Mountain to Chimney Top Gap, right? Or Chimney Top Gap to Sassafras Mountain. Now, if you look here, Sassafras Mountain is 3,500 elevation, and then Chimney Top Gap is right about 2,500. So it's really only like 1,000 change, but it's a pretty steep change. It's only about, I think it's only like a 3-mile trail or something. Wait a second. I found the trail in here. The problem would be, let's see here. Sassafras Mountain to Chimney Top Gap. A2 to A3. 1.5 hours easy, right? So, and if you look at the map for that, so here's A2 to A3. That's Sassafras Mountain to Chimney Top Gap, okay? It says it's 2.7 miles. So I could technically hike, the 2.7 miles. The problem comes when I have to turn around and hike back, because either if I start at Chimney Top Gap, hold on, if I start at Chimney Top Gap and go up to Sassafras Mountain, then I'm going to be super tired by the time I get done, and I can hike back. I did recently hike about 2.6 miles, but it was just on flat, like it was like a flat walking trail. So I'm not really sure that I'm ready to do 2.6 miles uphill. So, you know, my two options would be start at Sassafras, go down to Chimney Top Gap, or go from Chimney Top Gap to Sassafras Mountain. But if I went from Chimney Top Gap to Sassafras Mountain, I might not be able to make it, first of all. Second of all, I would be super tired, and I'm driving somewhere. So I decided that maybe in a few weeks I can do that again. I'll start the Foothills Trail again. But for now, anyway, because of the elevation in the section that I'm on, I don't want to start on a different section. I want to keep going in order. So my videos are in order. But so instead I'm going to go back. I'm going to do some more waterfalls. So I'm going to anyway, so we'll get back to this in a couple weeks. I was just trying to show you my thought and my planning for doing the Foothills Trail, and my nifty guidebook here. Yeah, so I always look at the elevation profile. Now I do. I didn't used to. But yeah, I looked at the elevation profile. That was an awful hike right there for me. But it was very rewarding, very, very rewarding. And that right there, I think this is actually shows miles too. Yeah, it does. So if you see here, it starts at 0 at Table Rock, and then it goes to 4 at Pinnacle Mountain. Anyway, I've done that, did this, and I'm gonna hold off on this one. So, but this guide looks really great. It has the elevation profile, and it also has, like, so this one's Sassafras. This is the directions from Sassafras Mountain to Chimney Top Gap, A2 to A3, right? A2 to A3. And it gives you really good insights on it, on each section and what to look for. And the other thing is, so this is the second section, 8, Chimney Top Gap to Laurel Valley, which would be here to here. So on top of that, so if you wanted to go from Chimney Top Gap to Sassafras Mountain, you could actually go into the back of the book. Here it is, Chimney Top Gap, A3 to Sassafras Mountain. So this gives you the details of what to look for when you're going that way. When you're going from Chimney Top to Sassafras, that's an incline. Trail crosses paved road to steps. So it talks to you about what to look for and everything. So that's really nifty in this book, that you can go either way. So anyway, so that plan is a no-go for today. So then I said, well, let me turn back to my waterfall book and we'll see. So I wanted to show you how I plan out doing the waterfalls. So here it goes. So this is my waterfall book. I'll try to put a thing on the screen showing you how, or showing you what the book looks like. This is kind of dated, I believe. I think that it was printed in the 70s or something. I don't know. Let me see. So a lot of this stuff I'm updating as I go along. Hold on, let me find that date for you. Okay, yeah, so I found the publication date. Since I'm missing my cover, it's kind of hard. But I looked online. I found it on Amazon, which I'll try to post it up here. But it was printed in June of 2008. So this book is almost 20 years old. So basically, like, a couple of the waterfalls I haven't been able to find. I did find some of them still, but a lot seems to have changed. So I'm just going off old information, and I'm trying to update and show y'all, you know, and just kind of go through the book and show you if it's doable or if things have changed. Like, there's this one waterfall you can't get to, like, absolutely not. It's on a golf course in the middle of Greenville. And it's a private golf course, so they don't allow people to go onto the golf course unless you are a member or something. So I tried that one, it didn't work out. So anyway, so I decided I'm going to Oconee. So I'll show you on here. Hold on. This book is really good though, because it has a lot of good information on it, on hiking and things to prepare for, and it has different counties and maps, so and a lot of information. It's a really good book, even though it's almost 20 years old. So I'm going to all right, let me show you. Hold on. Okay, so it's called Waterfall Hikes of Upstate South Carolina by Thomas E. King, available on Amazon. So they have all the waterfalls listed in the table of contents, what page to find them on. But if you keep, alright, so there's different hiking equipment to bring, and let's see here. Got trail, waterfall dangers, insects. You know, it talks about how to prepare to hike and stuff. And then it shows you the map of the different areas of the waterfalls. This is Oconee County. I'm going to go to Oconee County tomorrow. And so let's see here. So what I was looking at, sometimes what I do is I find one, I look through the book, because each falls has its own page showing you how long it is, what the difficulty is, and everything, and how to get there. It has trail difficulties. So anyway, what I do is I go and look for a waterfall I want to see, usually, is what I do. Well, tomorrow I'm going to Georgia, so I figured I'd stop and hike on the way. So when I looked on the way, it looks like I'm going to be coming, I can come over here, and this is kind of on the way, right? So I'll try to put some maps on the screen, but I typed in, so I looked at this waterfall here, 40. So 40 is Opossum Creek Falls, okay? And so it's also in alphabetical order in here. So hold on, Opossum Creek. So if I want to look and read more information on Opossum Creek Falls, let's see here. There it is. Okay, so that's Opossum Creek Falls. Looks pretty cool. It says it's 100 feet high. It's has an excellent rating. The hike length is 2 miles. It's a moderate height difficulty. Hiking time 2.75 hours. Okay, so Rainy Mountain. Fee none. Okay. So moderate, that's okay. I'm good with that. Anyway, 2.2 miles is one way. If you look here, it says star one way. So it's a 4-mile hike. So it'll be a little difficult, but it says moderate. I think I'll be okay. The trails seem to be marked like there's moderate, there's easy, and then there's like difficult, and then there's like extreme or something. So I think I'll be okay. But anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna go to that falls. I was just trying to show you, like, pick out a certain falls. Anyway, so then here, okay, so if you look here though, I don't have to do opossum. See, 40, 44, there's a 7, 19, 20, 35, 56. So I put in the directions to Opossum Falls, right, to see where it would take me. And it seems to be taking me like down here and up, right? So then I put in the directions. I'll try to put some visuals on the screen of the maps that I was pulling up. So then I tried to put in the directions from, let's say, Opossum Creek to this number 52, right? And it didn't seem like that far out of the way. So that one's not ruled out. But then I put in the directions from, you know, adding in this number 39 here. 39, which is, no, it wasn't that one. Odell Shoals. It was one of the shoals. I think it was number 9. Number 9. No, that's Cedar Creek Falls. 39. Odell Shoals. It was one of the shoals anyway. But that one, you know, adding those in was making my trip like a lot further. So what I want to do is I'm going to look at these. So if I add in 52, it's not that far out of the way. 52 is Stribling Shoals. Oh no, okay, 52 is too far out of the way. That's the one that I looked at originally. But then you got 45 and 43 here, right? 45 is Riley Moore Falls. And 43 is Ramsey Creek Falls. So, so those two are a possibility because they're close. I'm going to be passing by them, right? And then there's all these falls, 4, 5, 6, 27, 33. So anyway, so I got like quite a few falls to choose from, okay? So then I narrow it down. I narrow it down by like how many falls do I want to visit? How many can I visit in one day? You know, how how easy are the trails, stuff like that. Because some of them you can just pull up to, and they're just on the side of the road, so that's nice. But so what I'm gonna do now, I'll show you. I'm gonna write a list of all the. I'm gonna list off the different falls that are a possibility. So hold on. All right, so I got 45 and 43 are possibles. So in my handy dandy notebook, I'm gonna write 45. Sorry, it's hard to write and film. 43. Okay. Then it says 4, 5, 6, 27, 33. And I'm just writing them off to the side right here. 4, 5, 6, 27, 33. And then I'm going to list off all the falls. So we got 47, 48, 35, 56. So give me a second. All right, now that I have all the numbers listed that are possibles of ones that I would want to hit, or that I might possibly hit, I have them all listed here. So then what I'm going to do is look here and write down the names. So 45 is Riley Moore Falls. So I'll write Riley Moore Falls. And then I got 43, which is Ramsey Creek Falls. I like to see how many I can hit. 4 is Brasstown Falls. And this is Cascades. So I'm assuming, yeah, 5 and 6 are all Brasstown Falls. I got Cascades, Vale, and Sluice. Okay, so I got it. Vale and Sluice. Anyway, I'm going to finish this up real quick. Okay, I have them all listed now, all the names, okay? And I want to know the length, the difficulty, and the time that it will take. Okay, I also like to read through them and see which ones I'm more interested in. But for now, I'm just going to write, I can write the length, difficulty, and time without any problems. So what I do is I'll look, okay, we got Riley Moore Falls. So in here, I'm going in alphabetical order. Riley Moore Falls. So L, MOPQR. Let's see, Riley. Oh, Stribling Shoals, too far. Oh, there it was. Riley Moore Falls. Ah! There's a Secret Falls. But I'm trying to get to the Riley Moore. My fingers are sticking. Okay, Riley Moore Falls. So right here, that's the height of the falls, 15 feet. Rating is good. It's on the river, Chaga River. I hope I'm saying that right. The height length is 1.2 miles. And the height difficulty is moderate. So that's actually pretty good. That would actually be a decent one for me to do. Hiking time, 1 hour. So right here, I'm going to put length 1.2 for the miles. Well, actually, because the thing is, it's going to actually be 2.4 because you got to double it. All right, and then the difficulty is moderate. And the time that it will take, it says hiking time 1 hour, but I got to double that as well. So it says, I don't know that the hiking times are really on par with how long it takes. So anyway, So I'm going to go through and do that. So now I'm at Ramsey Creek Falls, which should be right before that. Yep, Ramsey Creek Falls. It says it's a height of 40 feet. It's a good rating. It's roadside. So that one won't be bad. So it's a roadside. There's no hike. So that one will be easy to add to my repertoire. Okay, I'm going to go through and I'm going to write all the different things and research each falls, and then I will show you what I've decided to do. So I might show you some of the falls that I think are cool, or that I'm like, ooh, this one looks really cool, I can't wait to go tomorrow. Okay, so anyway, I'll get back to you. So after examining all the falls and reading through the descriptions, I've determined that that area, that section of waterfalls, there are a ton of those waterfalls that are easy to get to, easy short hikes. So let's see how many I got marked off on. All right, so if you look here, all right, that one's a moderate. I was thinking about doing that one, but if you look, okay, so I have, these are all like, okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 waterfalls that say they're easy to get to, like really easy. 0.4 miles here, 0.4 miles there. And this one's a roadside. There's easy, moderate, difficult. Okay, just ignore my handwriting. Anyway, 11 waterfalls. Now I think what I'm gonna do, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see how much time. Oh my goodness. So what, that one, there's one that's like says it's strenuous, but it's too, I don't know. Anyway, I probably won't do that one. But anyway, a lot of them are easy. So there's like 10 falls, 10 waterfalls, okay? I might do the Riley Moore Falls, but I don't know. Riley Moore Falls would be the longer one. It's, let's see here. So the Riley Moore Falls was the one I showed you originally. Riley Moore Falls. So yeah, 1.2 miles, moderate, 1 hour hiking time, so that'd be 2 hours. This one is number 45. So now I'm going to go look back at the map itself. Let's see, where's that map? Okay, here's the map. Alright, so 45. So I was thinking about doing the Riley Moore Falls. 45. Oh, there's 45 right there. 45. And then I had 43 right here too. 43 is the roadside. Okay, so those two are together. I think Ramsey Creek said it was at a park or something, which has the longest suspension bridge in Oconee County. So let me see, Ramsey. So Riley and Ramsey are close to each other. Ramsey Creek Falls. Ramsey Creek Falls is on Ramsey Creek, which empties into the Cayuga River at this point in the Chow-Ram County Park. The hiking trails throughout this park with shelters for picnicking and relaxing make it an excellent place for family picnic. It is also home to Oconee County's largest suspension bridge. So I definitely want to do the Ramsey Falls. But I wonder if I want to do the Riley. So if I did Riley, that would be probably one of the first ones I'd hit. Ramsey and Riley. But Riley has a 2-hour hiking time. So, I don't know. So that would be the hardest hike of the day. The Riley one. But, let me do some math and see how much time all of this is going to take. And then I'm going to figure out if I want to spend the 2 hours. Because I think if I don't do the Riley, I believe I can hit the other 10 falls. How many did I count? Well, I'm not doing Joni Wood Falls. I might stop by to see what it is. Because it doesn't have a hiking length. And, but it says strenuous and it takes 2 hours. So I'm like, that doesn't make sense unless it just goes up and down. Okay. So I'm going to say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 waterfalls. 11 if I hit Riley Moore. But I'm going to do some math, see how much time it would take. And then at least what time I think it'll take. Hold on. So see, like these three, Brasstown Falls and then the Vale and the Sleuth, are all together. They're all on one trail. So I think that would only be 80 minutes round trip, 0.6 miles. But I'm not positive because this one's the furthest away. So I'm thinking I'll pass these two on the way to this because they're all in the same section. So anyway, so it'd be like 2 hours. Let me do some math. I'll get back to you. Okay, so I figured out it would take about 5.5 hours of just hiking time if I included Riley Moore Falls. So I think I'm gonna skip on that one this time because I could hit 10 other waterfalls. 10. It's kind of a weird number though. I'd rather hit 11. So I'm going to see if I can find another waterfall on the way. But yeah, I'm going to try to hit 10 waterfalls tomorrow. And we'll see how it goes. Anyway. So see you on the trail. I'm actually I'll put one of them at the end of this video so you can see. I don't know, I'll probably put the Ramsey Creek Falls. It's on the Ramsey Creek Falls at the end of this video so that you can see that in the suspension bridge. So anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope this helped. If you have any questions or any suggestions, just put them in the comments. I'll read them. So we'll see you on the trail. Oh, and since I want to find another waterfall to make it like 11 instead of 10, because I like the number 11 better, I'm gonna be going through Pickens County. So I'm gonna look at the Pickens County waterfalls and see if there's one I can do. I've done a few over there already, so I'm gonna see if there's one I could do on top of it, or I could just go check out one I've already looked at before. So yeah, there's a section for Pickens County. So this is the Pickens County section, and yeah, hold on. All right, so this is Pickens County right here. So you got Pickens. I'm coming from over here, over here, and going over down 11. So I'll be up on the north side of Pickens. So this is the Coney map. Where's the Pickens? Pickens. So Pickens County is in a different. I'm not here. Where did it go? Okay. There it is, Pickens County. Alright, I'm going to be on the north side going down 11. So this is 11. So I'm going to look at a few of these and see if there's any other easy ones I can hit right along 11, since I'll be coming down that way. I think 2 is Carrot Creek Falls. 9 Great Creek Falls. 13 is Mill Creek Falls. Oh no. That would be a lot to add. Anyway, I'm going to look at these falls and see how many I can add. That'll be easy. So I'm going to see how many of these are easy. So I'm going to make another list with Pickens County. Yeah. Ramsey Creek Falls. It's like a rock here.